What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I made my way down to Hendrick BMW of Northlake, and we're going to take a look at the 2020 BMW M8 Competition. Huge shout out to them for providing this vehicle for me today. Definitely check out their website, that will be in the description below. This one here is finished off in beautiful alpine white. It has an MSRP just under $152,000. Also, don't forget, for this month we are doing a gift card giveaway. More details will be later in this video. Under the hood, this has a 4.4 liter twin power turbo V8. It's only paired to the 8-speed Steptronic automatic transmission. This engine will produce 617 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 553 pound-feet of torque as low as 1,800 RPM. It sends the power to all four wheels, weighs around 4,300 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in just over 3 seconds with a top speed of 155 miles an hour. And with a fuel capacity of 20.1 gallons, you can expect to see 15 miles per gallon in the city and 21 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 111.1 inches. Its overall length is 191.2. It has a width of 74.9 and a height of 53 inches. Starting up front, this comes with adaptive LED headlights. You'll notice there's a blue trim piece inside the headlight housing itself. I think that's a very nice subtle touch to see. The DRLs are on the lower section. They have a floating design to them. I think that's really cool as well. And then to finish it up, we have the turn signal running across the top. As we make our way to the kidney-shaped grille, you'll see it's finished off in black chrome with gloss black slots in the middle. It also has plenty of cooling to that V8 engine. There's a forward-facing camera nicely integrated into the center, along with parking sensors throughout the middle section of the bumper. Down below, we have large air inlets with a really nice shape in the mesh, again to help provide better airflow and to provide better aerodynamics. You can see that continues on into the lower section in the middle here as well. There's also a forward-facing sensor nicely placed down in the middle. There's a nice gloss black trim piece on the lower section of the bumper, along with around the air inlets on both sides. And then as we make our way to the hood, you'll see there's very nice lines that run down both sides of it. They also help to improve better aerodynamics. Moving on to the side now, we'll start off with the wheels. There's two different wheel options that you can get for the M8. These ones measure 20 by 9.5 in the front and 20 by 10 in the rear. They have the star spoke design to them along with a two-tone finish. I think it's a really nice wheel option, especially against the white. Just makes it look very nice. You can see behind the wheels we have the calipers. They're finished off in blue. This also has an integrated braking system that you can adjust the performance of, which is really cool to see, along with an adaptive suspension, so it'll give you a really nice ride. Behind the front tires, you can see there's a nice gloss black trim piece with the M8 badge, and then moving behind that we have gloss black side mirrors. They're power folding, heated, and feature the integrated turn signal. You'll also notice a camera on each one as part of the 360 camera system. Moving behind that, you'll see there's a really nice distinctive line running from that gloss black trim piece just underneath the door handle. You can see there's very nice contoured lines in the lower section of the door, along with on the side skirt as well. And then up top, this does feature a carbon fiber roof. Very cool to see that. Has a really nice contrast against the white. You can see there's gloss black around the window trim as well. Overall, it has a really nice side proportional design. And finishing off in the rear, this has a trunk-mounted spoiler. You'll see it's finished off in gloss black. This also has LED taillights. You'll notice where the turn signal has been blacked out or smoked out just a little bit. Gives it a really nice look. We have the M8 Competition badge. This has a backup camera with all of the parking sensors. Down below, this has a gloss black diffuser, and then it has the quad tip M Sport dual exhaust. That's going to finish up with the exterior walk around on the 2020 BMW M8 Competition. Definitely an awesome car to check out. I really like all of the lines that it has to offer on the exterior. But now with the key, let's go ahead and hop inside. I have the vehicle locked and the key in my pocket. All I have to do is place my hand on the door handle and it will automatically unlock. Taking a look at the door panel, you'll notice it's completely covered in black leather and perforated tan leather that runs on the back side here. It has the same color stitching running across the armrest, along with at the lower section of the door, just underneath where there's some storage space, along with the power trunk release button. You can see the grab handle has more of that stitching, along with your window controls and side mirror adjustments. Just above that, we have the aluminum release handle with your lock and unlock and 2 memory seating adjustments. There's more of that brushed aluminum trim that runs on the upper section of the door as well. This features a 16-speaker Harman Kardon sound system, and you can see there's 2 speakers on the door here, and then up top finishing it off with leather and more black stitching. Now once inside, let's start off with these seats. They have a really nice two-tone design to them. You can see more of that perforated tan leather running on the inserts right in the center. This even has Alcantara along the bolsters, which are actually pretty aggressive. They are pretty sporty. You can see there's even shoulder bolsters as well. We have the M8 badge in the headrest with more of the perforated leather for the headrest, and it's even running down the sides of the perforated tan leather. They have a really nice comfortable feel to them. There's more Alcantara down on the lower section. You can also adjust the front portion of the seat as well. There's a handle on the front here, so we can easily pull that out. And then as we make our way to the steering wheel here, it's completely covered in black leather. You can see the BMW M Sport colors running along the inside. Very nice stitching to see. Looking at all the controls now, at the very bottom we have the heated steering wheel control. Off and to the left side is all of the cruise control and adaptive cruise control settings, along with the lane keeping assist, and you have different driving modes within that. Off and to the right side we have volume. There's a rotary dial along with tuning on both sides. You have your voice commands and Bluetooth as well. And then on the top of the steering wheel we have two red buttons. These are the M buttons, or the M Sport buttons, that you can configure your suspension, your steering, your throttle input. You even have brakes that you can adjust. And then just behind those we have the paddle shifters, finished off in more brushed aluminum. To the left of the steering wheel we have all of the headlight controls and parking lights. You can see one air vent. The entire dash is covered in more black leather with very nice stitching. It even runs down both sides, which has a really nice look. And then right in the middle we have the 10.3-inch screen. There's a lot of information that you can go through on this screen. Right now we're looking at the home settings, so you can see the navigation off and to the left side, along with your phone and radio on the right side. Off and to the far left, however, is all of your presets, so you can go to your media, you can go into your phone, then we can go down to navigation and you can see that. We also have car, so going into car, you can go to M menu. You have the different configurations that you can go through with the buttons that I showed on the steering wheel. So we have the engine, the transmission, the chassis, your steering, your brakes. So you have comfort and sport for all of those. We also have the engine start-stop feature that you can turn on and off, along with the sound control as well. We have the heads-up display along with your instrument panel, so you can go through everything to configure those. On the home screen as well, you can even scroll over and look at your setup that you're currently in, along with your TPMS. You have some engine data. And then the last setting here, you can see the compass along with traffic conditions and your average MPG and distance. While this is a touchscreen system, you can also use all of these controls down below. So you can see a home button, you have your map and navigation along with media. There's a rotary dial in the center that you can push forward, back, side to side, and click on as well. And then you have your back and option button on the back side. Just underneath that screen, you can see there are two air vents. We have the hazards on one side, and then pushing this button on the right side is the intelligent safety. And then just underneath that, you can see this row of buttons here with the heated seats, all the AC controls and recirc and things like that. Right in the center, we have some nice aluminum buttons, so you can adjust the fan speed for driver or passenger, along with being able to adjust the temperature. And you'll see all this information nicely displayed on the LCD screen between both of these air vents, so it's very nice to see that, how it's separate from the screen up above. There's some more preset buttons right in the center, along with a physical button for the power and volume for the radio. Just underneath that, you can see the M8 Competition badge, and then below that we have a wireless charging port along with two cup holders. You can see there's more brushed aluminum. We can even close this up to reveal the carbon fiber cover. It has a really nice design to it. You can see the carbon fiber extends all the way around this area here. As we make our way to the redesigned shifter for 2020, you can see the BMW stitching colors on the side of it. In order to take it out of park, all we have to do is go all the way to the right side. That'll put us into drive. Then you can use this to shift as well. All the way to the left is neutral, and then to the left and up is reverse. So it's very easy to use, and then just clicking the P on the back is for park. The buttons on the left of park will control the transmission level, so how aggressive you want it to be, which is nice to see. On the left side of the shifter, we have traction control. Pushing on this camera button here will reveal our 360-degree camera system, and this does have the gesture control, so just by moving my hand we can easily go around the entire vehicle, which is very cool to see. Off and to the right side, you do have some different camera angles that you can automatically go to, so just by clicking on this circle here, it will automatically go to one of those, which is also nice to see. We can slide out this menu from the left side. We can also go to the car wash angle, so whether you're coming up to a car wash obviously, or you're in a parking lot situation, you can easily see where the front tires are, and they also move as well to let you know where you're going. We have the parking sensors that we can turn on and off, along with the engine start-stop feature. Of course, we have the red engine start button right in the middle there. Behind that, we have the M mode button, so just by clicking on that, we can go between road, sport, and track, which is nice to see. There's a setup button along with the exhaust note, and then behind that, we have the automatic hold along with the electronic parking brake. Moving behind all of that, we'll take a look at the center armrest. You can see it's covered in more leather with a very nice brushed aluminum trim piece separating separating it from all of those controls. Just by pushing this button on the front, you'll see both of the sides open up. You have a good amount of storage space, and then obviously these close individually. As we make our way over to the glove box, you'll see it's finished off in Alcantara on the outside. Has plenty of room for everything that needs to go there, along with more of that brushed aluminum on the handle itself. We'll go ahead and take one last look at these seats with a very nice two-tone design to them. Up top, you'll see more of the Alcantara on the headliner, and then you have your dome lights right in the middle. Since this is a 4-seater vehicle, we'll go ahead and take a look at the back seats. All you have to do to get into the back, you'll just pull on this latch here, and the seat will automatically move forward, which is nice to see. And once in the back here, I am 5'10". You can see my head is just up against the roofline here. You do have enough room if you had to use these back seats in a pinch, but they're really nice. The attention to detail is just like up front. We have the two-tone design to them. You can see there's even the colors on these seat belts as well, along with one speaker, and we have more of that perforated tan leather. You have a good amount of visibility, so if you were back here, you can easily see out of the back glass along with the side glass as well. So while these may not be used often, you have the option to use them, which is nice, along with some extra storage space. The back seats also have a 50-50 split to them, so you can easily fold these down if you need some extra room into the trunk. Now it's time to go ahead and take a look at the trunk space. I'm just going to use the button on the key fob and it will automatically open up. You have about 15 cubic feet of storage space in the back with the back seats up, and then with them folded down, obviously you can put through a lot more items. There's a net off into the right side, and then there's some other components on the left side. So definitely a good amount of room, and you can see this is how you fold down the seats. So just by pulling on both of those, they will automatically go down, giving you plenty of room. And then up top, we can either close and lock the vehicle or just close it. Alright, so getting the M8 Competition out on the road now, this is definitely a very nice premium feeling interior. This car kind of competes with some other vehicles that are well above this price point, so it's nice that you're not sacrificing anything. It's still an expensive vehicle, but everything on the inside has a really nice touch to it. You have leather everywhere, carbon fiber, there's even nice material up on the headliner and everything. So overall, it has a really nice premium luxury feel to it. That's mainly what this car is designed to be. It's a luxury cruiser, but at the same time, it has all of the BMW performance that you're looking for. You have these M buttons here that I mentioned earlier or showed earlier, where you can configure everything from your suspension to your steering. Right now I have the M1, or using the M1 button. Everything is in comfort. We have sport for the suspension, however, and we can go ahead and use these paddle shifters here, downshift a little bit. I have the transmission down in the first setting as well, so that's going to be the smoothest setting right now. We'll just give it a little bit of gas from third gear, and it definitely gets up and moves. That wasn't anything crazy, not even half throttle. You could barely feel any of those shifts, so it was definitely very nice. As we go down to third gear again, that power is very quick. So I'm going to go ahead and put it all the way up into the third level for the transmission, and we're going to go down into second gear, give it a little bit more gas. You can feel the shifts just a little bit more than in the first setting, but it still had the same power output. As we go down into third gear again, it sounds really good. One more acceleration from second here. As we come around a right-hand turn, we can test the handling. It feels very planted, and we definitely have plenty of power to get out of that turn. It handled that very well. You could barely tell there was any body roll or anything. It felt very composed. For a vehicle that's geared more towards being a grand touring vehicle, it still has that same performance, which is nice to see. We'll just go ahead and tone it down a bit and talk about what it's like to be behind the wheel here as far as visibility goes. It's very easy to see all around. There's thin A-pillars up front, so you can easily see in front of you. Then a glance over your left and right shoulder. I like those windows that I showed earlier in the back seats there. You can easily see over both shoulders, and the pillars are very small in the back as well. So as far as visibility goes, it's very easy to see, and you do have that camera system, as I already showed, which is something that I think is really cool to have. So we've been in sport mode for the suspension. I'm just going to push on the M1 button again and go over to comfort for suspension. Again, you can set these up however you'd like to. Right now, these presets are all in comfort right now, and on the M2 button here, everything will go into sport and sport plus. But right now in comfort, we're going to take another right-hand turn here. Everything feels very comfortable. It's absorbing bumps well, going around that turn at normal speed feels normal as you would expect. So it's really nice that you can configure this car from just a normal cruiser going down the highway or just driving it, and then you can completely change it and take this on back mountain roads. You could take it out on the track, and you have a really versatile vehicle. So one thing that's very cool in the M8, something that's also in the M5 as well, is you can actually change the power distribution between all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive. So you can have all-wheel drive where it's gonna be about 60-40 split in the torque, and you can have more torque go to the front wheels as traction is needed. You can also go to Sport Plus where you'll have 80% in the rear and 20% in the front. And then you can also go to track mode and have 100% to the rear wheels. So that is very awesome, along with everything that I've already mentioned, being able to drive this as a normal vehicle. You can be in inclement weather and have more traction needed up front if needed, or you can take this out on the track and have all the power to the rear wheels. So that is pretty awesome. Well guys, that's gonna wrap up my walk around review and test drive behind the wheel of the 2020 BMW M8 Competition. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick BMW of Northlake for providing this car for me today. Definitely check out their website. That will be in the description below. Also, don't forget, we are doing a gift card giveaway for this month. All you have to do to be eligible to win is be a subscriber to the channel and comment on videos, and that is your entry into winning. We're gonna pick the video with the most comments at the end of this month and pick a random winner from that video. So that's all you have to do to be eligible to win. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a huge thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.